Hi all, welcome to this Union Berlin FIFA 21 team predictions video. This ratings I think could see quite a few upgrades significantly in the team after a very good first season in the Bundesliga, but obviously still going to be under scrutiny regardless, because it might not necessarily bring as many gold cards as expected. But we'll get into it as always with smash links, always much appreciated. Sub to the channel if you're new, follow me on Twitter, G is a legend. All links are down below for posting channel and social media links as always, and comment down below who you think is likely for an upgrade, downgrade and stay the same at Union Berlin. So starting off in net is Lupner. Now it's worth noting Gikiewicz is no longer part of the team, which hampers things immensely because it would have helped from a goalkeeping view, and Gikiewicz was in line for an upgrade anyway, but because of what you have to work with, I'm afraid it makes things a little bit harder. Because Luf's not played too much, I suspect he will stay as he is, or maybe even just a minor downgrade for him, but don't expect much change from him this year, if I'm honest. But stranger things have happened. Knoche, recent transfer for him from Wolfsburg to Union Berlin. I suspect he'll probably stay as he is, or maybe even just a minor downgrade. But 77, he'll stay a gold either way, in my personal opinion. So that should be fairly straightforward. Subotic, I would imagine, will stay as he is as well. Keeps things nice and easy and keeps the form going rather nicely. Continuing, the defence trend continues with Friedrich getting quite a good upgrade from 73 to 76. Should help, as I said, the cause for the team. As I said, going up from a number of silvers within the team is kind of what you need. Makes things a lot easier, and with them finishing 11th in their first season, it does make all the difference. Trimmel is in line for a healthy upgrade. He was one of the top assists in the Bundesliga with 8. 72 rated, got himself an inform, was unlucky to not have more than one inform if honest, but despite his advancing years and all that kind of factor, he is still worthy of a significant upgrade, and +4 is more than deserving. Andrich, another of the silvers going up to a gold. He has been given an upgrade of +5. Very good consistent season for him, and looks an alright starter card for a 75 rated. All you literally need is any kind of chem style that boosts, say, the shooting and defending if you want, but it's saying that at the same time, at 75 rated, we're not really that fussed about. It's more a case of he's perfect for SBCs, that's all that matters. Bilter going from a 73 to a 75. Yes, he's not the quickest, and I think it's age is a factor as well, but a very consistent, very impressive season for him, and more than deserving of a significant upgrade. And as I said, continues the trend nicely for players getting upgrades. Then on to Andersson, is 77 rated now, potentially in FIFA 21. Started as a 73 rated striker. One of the top strikers, was actually a very outside shout for a team of the season. I had him on my notes, but not to be, but more than deserving regardless. For him, definitely well deserved. From there we move over to the biggest upgrade of them all, which is Bilter. I might be wrong, there might be another one I've missed up for significant upgrades. He goes from a 69 to a 76, was really one of the big parts in midfield. Healthy goals and assist contribution. May not go as high though, so keep that in mind. I'm giving him plus. If I'm putting higher than Varsson, who had an equally impressive season, going up 5, it is worth keeping that in mind. But at the same time, you've got to kind of factor in, if they've had a very standout season, then it sometimes do they justify such an upgrade. But of course time will tell. Yuja, plenty of experience in Bundesliga, but still going to remain a silver, I'm afraid. 73 rated, and I don't really expect much to change from that. On to the subs and reserves. Busk will probably stay as he is. Of 70 rated. As I said, Giekewicz was the main goalie, so that's kind of the main reasoning for that. So you just have to kind of take with what you get. Gieselman's 73 rated for him. I'm pretty sure he's a new transfer. I think going by my notes, could be wrong. Not got anything else about him, but either way, 73 rated, edging close to 75 rated, which is not too bad. Schlotterbeck, obviously one's on loan. I think both were actually on loan in the end, but the bronze one I think will stay as a bronze one. Lens upgrade from 68 to 72, possibly on the cards, more than deserving if I'm personally honest. Then from there we go to Lupner, the German centre back. Started as a 74. I'm sure, I can't remember if he used to be a gold as well at one point. I might be wrong. I know there's obviously multiple Lupners, but he is sadly going to be looking at a downgrade despite the league finish. It's mostly due to game time and all the usual variables that factors that in. It's a bit of a pity, but you just take with what you get. Ryerson, the 66 rated card, is what it was in FIFA 20 and what he will probably remain in FIFA 21. Felix Cruz will probably stay around his rating as well, 70 rated. As I say, mix of lack of game time, injuries, all the usual variables factoring in. Rap probably stays as he is, I'd suspect, because the main defenders all obviously have had are likely in line for all their respective upgrades, so he sadly misses out. Then from there, Trimmel, you'd kind of hoped he might have had a half decent season because it would have helped if he had been maybe a 75, but is what it is. Abdullah, I've got that right. Abdullah. Sorry, I keep missing. I always forget the I. At the end sometimes. Even when I've packed him, I always forget about him. Abdullah staying as he is as a 71 rated winger. Becker, same rules apply. Don't see any change on him, if honest. And same for Mies. I would say that he'll stay the same. And then obviously if there's any like young players or loanees that may be returning, or anyone that's maybe even got their contracts due to end in a couple of weeks that suddenly get renewed, then obviously they suddenly are most likely going to stay the same, like Flecker, Dell, Nicolas, Cade, Opperman, Arcones, and Dietz and whoever else that's kind of like kicking in the bronze silver supply. But looking at Union Berlin, it's not going to be as expensive for FIFA 21. I would say you're going to have a strong enough starting 11 to work with. So you'd probably be able to make the strike force, you'd be able to make most of the midfield, and you'd be able to make a back four of gold. You're then going to have to try and find a goalie, and then whoever another player, unless they buy another gold, then you're probably just going to maybe have to look at, say, one player off Chem possibly, or whoever's the cheapest that can fit in to make it work. Because obviously if it's four at the back, then you'll have maybe like Knoche at left back, Subotic, Friedrich and Trimmel. Your midfield would be like Andrich, Gentner, Bilter, and then whoever, and then obviously a strike force of Andersson and Egvardsson. So plenty of food for thought with this one though, folks. I'd say it's not ideal that Giekewicz left, because that would have made things so much easier, and you'd find this probably a very straightforward SBC if these kind of ratings obviously are in this ballpark figure. But let me know, folks, if you're a Union Berlin fan, if there's any transfers that are potentially on the card for them that could be improving their team. Let me know if you agree with some of these upgrades I went for. Obviously some are quite significant, but I'm obviously basing it on their season form, how the individual players have been. Obviously first season in Bundesliga they've adapted very well, finishing at 11th, and all the usual stuff from there. So as I said, let me know in the comments on that. So smash like as always, folks, sub to the channel if you're new. Take it easy all, thanks for watching, and I will catch you all later for more FIFA 21 predictions videos.